Another important thing is to mix your tiles up. Good idea to box the tiles. You're going to get a little sliver. You're going to get like a wedge. Okay, so I'm working on this shower, this master bathroom, and they've got a tile which is kind of like supposed to look like handmade. It's actually not handmade, but it's supposed to resemble a handmade tile. And I don't know if you can see it in the colors, but you can see like all different shades. Maybe if I turn the light off. I don't know if you can see this. Like this tile has different shades. It's not all exactly the same color. And this is the tile here. It's kind of like a rustic look. It's got a lot of imperfections, and it's meant to look that way. I don't know if you can see some of them. Some, like, you know, they've got like imperfections on them. Some have chips, like, you know, like little dots and all kinds of different stuff on them, and it's supposed to look like a handmade towel. So to get even grout lines, so I'm using an 1/8 inch grout line here. So to get even grout lines and to make sure that you don't run off and all your lines line up. I don't know if you can see that. They all line up perfectly. It's important to have some guidelines. So this is my center line, and this one here and this one here is my halfway point. So on this one here, I actually got really lucky. I have full tile, half tile, full tile, half tile, and then come around here, the same thing over here, and over here I'm just going to end up cutting a little bit off this edge here, but it's all pretty much all going to be full and half. So another important thing to do when you've got this kind of tile is to mix your tiles up. So I started doing that here. Don't just use one box. So this is all the tile over here.
Forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
This is all, that tile is all a whole bunch of boxes, obviously. And because of the shading, it's always a good idea to box the tile. So what does that mean? So what that means is you grab a few tiles from here, tiles from here, a few tiles from here, and you keep on doing that. You mix them up. And again, you just want to keep mixing all the tiles. That way you get a very good random sampling, and you won't get all tiles in one color. If you get a box, they might all be the same color. So this way you mix them all in and you get a very good random mix of the tile. So just a quick video this week, just to let you know what you need to do when you got these kinds of tiles. That they're all shaded, and you want to make sure that you don't get like splotches, like you get like a, you know, all this area here is all going to be one color and all that area there is going to be another color. You mix them in so that you get them all random. Usually 2 or 3 boxes will do the trick. So that's what I've been doing as I go along. I got 3 or 4 boxes. I mix them all in, and then I start setting my tile. And when you're doing this kind of subway tile, what you want to do, you want to do 3 or 4 rows at a time. Then get your level. Put your level on it. Make sure is perfectly level and perfectly straight, that all the tiles, so you don't run off, because these these aren't all exactly the same size. If you need to add like a little shim, you need to add like a little shim in between, just to keep them exactly right. There's other kind of these actually also have like a little wedge, so if you need to make an adjustment, you can use. These are all set now, so I can't move those, but just check your work as you go along to make sure that you stay straight, plumb, and square. Now, another important thing here, over here, because this is a full tile here. See, that's a full tile. This is a half a tile. And over here, the same thing, full tile and a half a tile. Now, over here, you'll see that when I get my tile, it will just meet that joint right there. So you're gonna get a nice corner. So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna use this here, make sure your walls are plumb. Because if your walls aren't plumb, you start with a full tile on the bottom, and then this wall like goes out. It tilts that way a little bit. By the time you get to the top, you're gonna get a little sliver, and it's increasing. You're gonna get like a wedge. So make sure your walls are plumb. If they're not plumb, then you're going to have to change the layout so that that doesn't happen. You would have to do a different layout. But in my case, I know my walls are plumb. I put up this board, I checked it, and I made sure everything was plumb. And I'm going to have a nice line going up and down here, nice line going up and down there, and everything's going to be just exactly right. So anyway, I hope this little tip helps you when you're doing this kind of tile. You don't run into problems. It's very important when you do tile work that keep everything as plumb and straight and square as possible. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope this little video helped you out.